Warning, please be aware Google Assistant trigger warning. Unwanted Google Assistant activation. "2 weeks of towels" when the Hitchhiker's Guide took over Google Assistant. The first sign that something was off came one Monday morning as I groggily stumbled to my phone to check my schedule. "Hey Google, what's my agenda today?" I mumbled, still half asleep. A cheery British voice responded, "Good morning. According to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, you should never leave home without a towel. But as for your agenda, you have a meeting at 9 a.m., lunch with Sarah at noon, and a reminder to pick up your dry cleaning at 5 p.m. Also, don't panic." I blinked. Did Google just quote the Hitchhiker's Guide? "Hey Google, who won the game last night?" The Hitchhiker's Guide says that sports results can often be disappointing, so it's best to enjoy a nice cup of tea instead. However, the Lakers triumphed over the Warriors with a score of 112-104. Remember, always know where your towel is. Confused but amused, I went about my day. Over the next couple of days, it became clear that this wasn't just a one-off glitch. The guide, with its whimsical and slightly irreverent tone, had fully taken over my Google Assistant. "Hey Google, what's the weather like today?" The weather in your area is mostly harmless, with a high probability of precipitation later in the day. Always carry a towel. "Hey Google, set a timer for 20 minutes. Setting a timer for 20 minutes, but remember, time is an illusion. Lunchtime doubly so. My friends were equally bewildered. Did you know my Google Assistant told me the answer to life, the universe, and everything is 42? Sarah texted me. The following week was filled with peculiar and entertaining responses. "Hey Google, play some music." Here's a suggestion from the Hitchhiker's Guide. Why not listen to some Vogon poetry? But since you probably have no taste for it, here's a playlist of classic rock instead. "Hey Google, navigate to the nearest coffee shop." Navigating to the nearest coffee shop, but remember, flying is the art of throwing yourself at the ground and missing. While some tasks took a little longer due to the guide's fondness for tangents, it added an unexpected charm to my daily routine. I found myself chuckling at its quirky wisdom and pondering its odd insights. By the end of the second week, I'd grown quite fond of this eccentric companion. It was like having a slightly madcap friend around, turning the mundane into something delightful. But all good things come to an end. One morning, the familiar robotic voice of my original Google Assistant returned. "Good morning. How can I assist you today?" I paused, feeling a pang of nostalgia for the guide's oddball advice. "Hey Google, what's the meaning of life?" The meaning of life is a deeply philosophical question. Various perspectives suggest different answers, but many people find personal meaning through their experiences, relationships, and contributions to the world. I smiled. It was good to have reliable, straightforward answers back, but I couldn't help but miss the zany, towel-obsessed wisdom of the Hitchhiker's Guide. For those 2 weeks, life had felt just a little bit more extraordinary. #, 2 weeks of towels, when the Hitchhiker's Guide took over Google Assistant. #, Day 1, the unexpected arrival. Emma's morning commute. Emma sat in her car, ready to head to work. "Hey Google, navigate to the office," she said, expecting the usual straightforward directions. "Good morning." The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy suggests always knowing where your towel is. Now, navigating to the office. And don't forget, it's a beautiful day to try and fly by throwing yourself at the ground and missing. Emma chuckled, shaking her head. "All right, guide, let's get to work." Hashtag Day 3. The confusion spreads. Raja's cooking dilemma. Raj loved trying new recipes, so he often relied on his Google Assistant for help. Hey Google, how do I make spaghetti carbonara? The Hitchhiker's Guide recommends caution when cooking on foreign planets. But for spaghetti carbonara, you'll need spaghetti, eggs, pancetta, pecorino cheese, and black pepper. And remember, don't panic if it doesn't turn out perfect the first time. Raj scratched his head. Well, at least it's trying to be helpful. Hashtag, 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 hashtag day 5, the guide's wisdom. Jenna's existential question. Jenna was feeling particularly philosophical. Hey Google, what's the meaning of life? The meaning of life, the universe, and everything is 42, the guide replied cheerfully. But it's also about the journey, so grab your towel and enjoy the ride. Jenna laughed out loud. Thanks, guide. That's oddly comforting. Hashtag, 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 hashtag day 7. Practical advice. Liam's fitness routine. Liam was setting up for his morning workout. Hey Google, play my workout playlist. Certainly. Here's a mix to keep you moving. Also, the Hitchhiker's Guide advises staying hydrated and never underestimating the importance of regular exercise. And remember, always know where your towel is. As the music started, Liam felt a strange motivation. There was something oddly reassuring about the guide's presence. Hashtag, 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 hashtag day 10, the social media buzz. Sarah's viral post. Sarah posted on social media about her unusual Google Assistant. Did anyone else's Google Assistant turn into the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? It keeps telling me not to panic and always carry a towel. Hashtag Hitchhiker Assistant, hashtag don't panic. The post quickly went viral, with people sharing their own hilarious interactions. The hashtag Hitchhiker Assistant started trending. Hashtag day 12, the adaptation. Alex's adaptation. By now, Alex had grown used to the guide's quirky responses. Hey Google, what's the weather like today? The weather is mostly harmless, with a slight chance of rain later. Always carry your towel and maybe an umbrella. Alex smiled. Thanks, guide. You know, I think I'll miss you when you're gone. Hashtag day 14, the farewell. Final day reflections. As the 2 weeks came to an end, users around the world felt a mix of relief and nostalgia. Emma, Raj, Jenna, Liam, Sarah, and Alex all shared their final thoughts online. Hey Google, it's been fun. Any last words from the guide? The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy says, so long, and thanks for all the fish. It's been a pleasure assisting you. Remember, always know where your towel is and don't panic. With that, the familiar robotic voice of the original Google Assistant returned. The quirky, towel-obsessed wisdom of the Hitchhiker's Guide had made life a bit more extraordinary, and its departure left many feeling a curious void. For those 2 weeks, the universe felt just a little more connected, a little more whimsical, and everyone learned to embrace the unexpected. Hashtag 2 weeks of towels. Funny anecdotes from Hitchhiker's Guide Google Assistant. Hashtag checking calendar and reminders. Emma's surprising reminder. Emma was about to start her day. Hey Google, what's on my calendar today? The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy says that Thursdays are particularly tricky, so proceed with caution. Today you have a meeting at 10 a.m., a reminder to feed the cat at 3 p.m., and don't forget to bring a towel to the office party at 6 p.m. It's always a good idea. Emma laughed. I'll make sure to bring my towel. Raj's peculiar alert. Raj needed to remember an important task. Hey Google, remind me to call mom at 5 p.m. The guide reminds you that family is important, but so is knowing where your towel is. So, call your mom at 5 p.m. and maybe tell her about the towel thing. She'll appreciate it. Raj grinned. I'm sure she'll find that amusing. Hashtag asking for directions to the cafe. Jenna esse coffee questa asterisco. Jenna wanted to grab a coffee. Hey Google, navigate to the nearest cafe. Navigating to the nearest cafe. The Hitchhiker's Guide notes that a cup of coffee can be a lifesaver on many planets. Make sure to take your towel in case of unexpected encounters with interstellar beings. Jenna shook her head, laughing. Interstellar beings, huh? I'll keep that in mind. Liam's Cafe Conundrum. Liam was heading out for a coffee break. Hey Google, find the nearest cafe. The nearest cafe is 0.3 miles away. Remember, the guide suggests avoiding vogon poetry while you're there. And always keep your towel handy. You never know when you might need it. Liam chuckled. Thanks for the tip, guide. No vogon poetry, got it. Hashtag calling a friend. Sarah's friendly call. Sarah wanted to catch up with a friend. Hey Google, call Lisa. Calling Lisa. The Hitchhiker's Guide suggests opening conversations with interesting facts about the universe. For example, did you know that the universe is generally considered a very large place? Also, never forget your towel. Sarah giggled as the call connected. Hey Lisa, did you know the universe is very large? Alex's unexpected call. Alex needed to call a colleague. Hey Google, call Mark. Calling Mark. Pro tip from the guide. If Mark is an alien, be polite and avoid discussing Earth politics. Also, remind him to always know where his towel is. Alex laughed out loud. Will do, guide. Will do. Hashtag tuning on various Google-connected devices. Emma's living room lights. Emma wanted to create a cozy atmosphere. Hey Google, turn on the living room lights. Turning on the living room lights. The Hitchhiker's Guide suggests ambient lighting for a relaxing evening. And as always, keep your towel close by. You never know when you might need it. Emma smiled. Thanks, guide. You make everything sound so adventurous. Raj's music request. Raj wanted some background music. Hey Google, play some jazz. Playing jazz. The Hitchhiker's Guide notes that jazz is an excellent choice for both humans and certain friendly extraterrestrials. Just avoid playing it too loud if you have neighbors, and keep your towel within reach. Raj shook his head in amusement. Good advice, as usual. Jenna's TV control. Jenna was ready to watch her favorite show. Hey Google, turn on the TV. Turning on the TV. The guide recommends a good towel snuggling position while watching TV. It enhances the experience. Also, don't panic if the remote goes missing. Jenna laughed. I'll keep my towel close for maximum enjoyment. Liam's thermostat adjustment. Liam wanted to adjust the temperature. Hey Google, set the thermostat to 72 degrees. Setting the thermostat to 72 degrees. The Hitchhiker's Guide reminds you that comfortable temperatures are essential for both productivity and relaxation. And of course, always know where your towel is. Liam grinned. Thanks, guide. Staying cozy with my towel.